it out, man. We're gonna have us a nice conversation, man, talking about cars. Oh, there you go. What's up, player?
What's up, bro? How you?
Hey, man, I'm good, man. I'm all the way good, man. First thing, I want to welcome you to Car Talk
Thank you.
TV, Car Talk TV Network, man. We love talking about cars, motivation, money, business, because we know in order to get any car, let alone a
Right,
dream car, it
right.
takes more than just going to the lot, right?
It do, it do. Especially this one. This one, I had to plan for it because it was hard to get. So
Yeah.
I planned for it and I executed and followed through and I got it. So I'm happy about that.
Yeah, no, that's dope, man. So in case y'all are just joining, man, we here with well, his handle is appreciated, but introduce yourself, man. What do you go by?
So my friends call me one name. I ain't gonna give y'all that yet. But my name is Chris. And I'm here in North Carolina. I'm staying in the Bull City, and I'm a realtor. And yeah, all day, right? I moved to the Bull City when I was like 9. I'm 40, so yeah, I'm from here. And so if you in the Bull City or you in the Raleigh, you'll see this thing moving around the street sometimes.
Yeah, and so if it's all right, I can call you Chris, right?
Absolutely, sure.
All right, yeah. So Chris, man, I'm from the Bull City myself.
Nice.
Yeah, man. I'm a little bit older than you, man, but
Okay.
I came to Durham, man, from Vanceboro, North Carolina. When
All right.
I started 4th grade in Durham
Okay.
at Moorhead Elementary. We moved around a lot, man, because my mom, finances and stuff like that. We
All right.
ended up I went to like 6th grade in the Bethesda area.
Okay.
Went to Lowe's Grove Middle School, Southern Durham High School. Then I joined the
I
military.
graduated from Southern.
Okay.
Yeah, all day. Yeah.
You graduated from the old Southern or the new
Now, I ain't
Southern?
that old. I graduated from the new one. I ain't that old.
I knew it. I said
Now you telling your age for real, right? The old Southern, like, yeah.
the old
Now
Southern.
when I got to Southern, the new one had been there a few years, right? So yeah, you up there?
Yeah, exactly. I told you, man. I'm 48. I'm proud to say it.
Oh no, you ain't too old, man. It's still young.
Yeah, the new Southern came right after literally I graduated high school, man. They was already building on it, and a couple years later, it opened up, man. So
yeah, I actually grew up in that area. I remember walking to Southern some days. I remember supposed to walk to Southern some days. You know how that go. We didn't make it. You know what I'm saying? Being a teenager, but yeah, it was good times, man. Definitely.
Yeah, no, that's good stuff, man. So this is a pleasant surprise, man. I my mindset was coming into this was, hey, we're gonna talk about the CA and hopefully open up a little bit and find out where my man is from. And man, we done opened up a few layers, and you're from my city. We're from the same city. We both throwing up the Bull City signs, man. I love it.
Right.
Yeah, no, that's all good stuff, man. So what got you into cars, man? As far as you can remember going back, what got you into cars? Maybe as a child, an uncle, or whoever.
Well, I mean, for me, like, I had like family members that had cool cars. I remember my uncle had an IROC. My dad had a Fox body. My dad actually taught me how to drive a straight drive on a '79 Datsun, right? And how he taught me how to drive straight drive on that '79. And I'm talking about like, so they don't really make straight drives no more, but this thing's so old, you could open the boot and see the ground, right? And I remember dad teaching me how to drive that on a steep hill, right? Put it in first, go up like 3 feet, stop, neutral, first, 3 feet. I'm like, yo, dad, what the hell? He's like, yo, you get it out of first, you good, right? And so, and then as a teenager, like, I wanted cars so I could like go holler at girls, right? And so as long as I was rolling, I was good, man. And I wasn't super into cars, like as a teenager, you always want to maybe get some systems. So I put some systems in some little raggedy cars, some Rams, some tents. But I really didn't get into cars like I am now until I got this. This was something that I saw, and when I saw it, it was something that I had to have. And it was a culmination of like a lot of things that I had been like going through in my life, right, to get to the point that I could get something like this. And I was like, I'm gonna get it, and I got it. And so now I'm into it. I'm at the shows, I'm at the meets, You know, I'm talking to different people, meeting a lot of good people. Some weird people out there too, but you know, so just coming up young, being a regular teenage dude, you know, having a father with a couple of nice cars and wanting to get girls. That's what got me into it. Like that's why all the dudes kind of start out saying when it comes to
Hey,
a car, like to impress the chicks, right? You know, you
hey,
just ain't getting the car like, oh, I got a car, like, yeah, I got a car now. I'm gonna go get the girl, right? So just the normal stuff, right?
hey, Chris. I was sitting
Yeah,
over here saying, I hope he had something different other than why I got into cars.
right. I think that's like everybody. That's like part of the standard thing, though. Like I'm gonna keep it a buck, right?
Yeah, yeah. No, I appreciate that, man. But I was sitting over here like saying, well, I know why me and my friends wanted the car so bad, you know.
Right.
And that does prove that you're from the Bull City like myself,
Right.
man. Hey, and Chris, this is Car Show Rail, man. You met him in
What's up, bro? How you
behind the
doing?
scene, man. The other half of Car Talk TV. What's up, Car
Right.
Show?
Hey man, look, I just want to tap in right quick. Me and the lady out, we're enjoying ourselves, but I know you're gonna hold it down. I wanted to tap in right quick and say, Chris, you know, thanks for coming on Car Talk TV.
No
Definitely.
problem.
Look, we're gonna talk a little bit later on the bat phone, man, so I can, you know, really
All right.
to your story. But
All right.
look,
Definitely.
I know it's gonna be a great one. It's gonna be another legendary one. I'm gonna check it out on the back end, but we're gonna talk, man. And look, I know
All right. Cool.
you got
Cool. I look forward to it.
a bad car, bro. You got a bad.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. For sure, man. Appreciate you, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah, yeah. All right, yeah, man. Y'all know that's Car Show Rail, man. The other half of Car Talk TV, man. And you know we love these cars, man. But hey, look, we love our families even more, man. So he got some.
Definitely.
He out with his lady right now, man. So you got to respect that, man. Y'all know how it
Man,
goes,
happy wife, happy life. Shit.
man. Big
What?
facts, big facts, man. So
Hey, look. He said, "Happy life, happy wife, happy life." Is that right?
Right. Look, right. I got one. I know.
Yeah.
oh, okay,
You gotta have that balance, man. You gotta have
Yeah,
that
right.
balance. All right,
yeah.
fellas.
All right, man. All right, we'll see you, man. And yeah, Chris, man, we're huge on families, man.
Yeah.
Me and him, we're both girl dads. So you know, I got two daughters. He has a daughter, man. So
Bless y'all, man. Yeah, I got sons, man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm glad I had sons. I didn't want them teenage girl problems, bro. I'm gonna pray for y'all. Yeah.
please,
You want it?
hey, look, hey, Chris, we might need you to help us out one day, man, with some Will Smith and Mike Lowry and Martin.
Hey, I got all the real props and everything for it.
There you go. All right, you see where I'm at? Okay.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
got you all day.
yeah, we might have to do that, man. So I keep you on standby. You from the Bull City, so I already know you know.
I already know, right?
Yes, sir, man. But yeah, on the whole family note, man, we know that the C8 is not the most optimal family car, and you did mention that you have a queen by your side, man. How
Yeah.
does your queen react to like attention that I know you get in the C8?
I mean, so really the attention I get, like I know a lot of people think like oh, you in this, like the chicks is on you, and that might be. I ain't seen it. I don't know. I ride with the windows up in the tent. A lot of times when I do drive it, I'm with the wife. You know, especially when the top is out and it's a good day, and so we like the attention together. I know when I first got it, I got in a lot of trouble because I don't keep my car where I live at, right? I keep it at a family member's house a couple miles from where I stay.
Yeah.
And I would be like, babe, I'm gonna go put up the car and get my truck, right? Because I daily drive a truck. And dude, I'd be gone like 3 hours, man. You know what I'm saying? Like on a 3 miles, like, you know, because when I first got it, I got it the week of Christmas, right? And so I really couldn't drive it too much because we seeing families and stuff like that, and then it's cold. So when it started warming up some, man, I mean, I got like 13,000 miles on it. I haven't even had it a year. I'm enjoying it. I don't care.
Yes. No.
But as far as the attention, like, I don't get that. I haven't gotten that and that's cool. You know, I look at the looks that's looking at me because some of them ain't like, those looks that you want to see just because you're in that nice car, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But I mean, you know, when the attention is good attention, we enjoy it, and you know, we're in the car. We're not one of these stuck up people. Like if somebody come and ask me about the car or anything like that, I want to see it. I'm always willing to talk to them and show them the car because I mean it's cool. That's why I got it because it's cool as hell, you know.
yeah, yeah. Not that's dope, man. I like how you painted that picture, man, because all attention is not good attention, and some
Not
attention you probably don't even realize that you're getting. Like you said, man, you're trying to get the way you're going.
right.
The windows are tinted, and you're just trying to get the way you're going. But I thought that was funny, bro. You said 3 miles, 3 hours, so it took an hour per mile.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, not really. I mean, they just, it wasn't a point A to point B. It was a point all of. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, like the car drive. So I mean, it's an amazing drive. If you from the Bull, man, if you ain't drove in one yet, you know, like your man said, hit me on the bat line. I come scoop you up. We go for a ride. Ain't no problem. It's fun as hell. You'll see why in 11 months I have 13,000 miles on it. Right.
Hey, well, Chris, don't get me in trouble unless y'all got an extra bedroom over there. Now, don't get me in trouble.
No. I'm gonna have you back at curfew because I got to be back. You know, shit.
Well, get me back. Get me home.
All right, yeah. Because I'm not sleeping in. I mean, it's fun to drive, but I'm not sleeping in here, right?
Nah, it's too cold outside right now, brother.
Man,
Maybe in the summertime I might get in trouble, but it's too cold right now to get in trouble right now, bro.
Right. But
yeah. But look, man, the C8, man, it's a beautiful car, man, and just from looking at the page and seeing some of the modifications that you made to the car. So, in case y'all don't know, he has a white C8, and can you just kind of paint the picture for folk that hadn't been to your page yet and talk about some of the modifications you did in your car?
All right, sure. So I started off, I got the 2LT C8 white with the front lift system. I got the red and black interior. The very first thing I did was I put some of the diamond leather floor mats in here that match the interior. The number one complaint I had about the C8 was for the car that it was too quiet, right? So I put an AWE torn exhaust on it. It gives it a really good sound. It doesn't drone, so I don't wake my neighbors up all the time when I keep it at home. But it sounds amazing. It sounds like the car should have. Then I kept the factory specs except for the offsets, and I got some MRR forged wheels on them, and I got a candy red color, and then I got the front splitter, and I wrapped accents in candy red, like my mirrors, my front splitters, my rocker panels on the side, and a strip on the back. I wanted to have that color pop, but I also wanted it to stand out. Once I tell you this part right, you won't be able to unsee it. So, you know, like back in the day, everybody had like the box Chevys, and everybody had like a theme for their car, right? And you still kind of see it now. People have theme cars and stuff like that. And I like that, but as we get older, I kind of outgrew it, but I like the idea. So the color scheme theme for my car, right, are Jordan, right? Your first pick of every Jordan that come out is a white shoe with red and black accents, right? And so that's what I got. And I think it looks cool because I don't have to put a Jordan sign. Like, if I didn't tell you, you wouldn't know that. Now that I've told you, you're like, oh, shit, I see it, right?
I can't unsee
You can't unsee it, right? And so that's kind of what I went with it. I was going to do a little something different. In the beginning, I was going to back off on some of the red and go with some gold rims. The wife shut that down. And like we discussed before, happy wife, happy life, you know, because I'm spending a lot of money on a very expensive car. So if she ain't liking it, then I ain't buying it, right?
Yeah.
And those are the modifications that I've done so far. Tinted the windows. This summer, I'm thinking about trashing my warranty.
We modding that engine. That's what it sounds like. We about to
thinking about it. I mean, the superchargers are starting to come out for it, and you know, I would like one, but I kind of want to see what they do first, because everything on the car so far is experimental up until this point, but you know, we still only got the superchargers that you know, the companies that made them got. So we ain't gotten it in the wild yet. So I kind of want to see what it does because I don't want to trash the car, but I'm definitely thinking about that. I'm also in the next couple of weeks, I'm dropping it about 2 inches. I got some springs and some new coilovers. So I'm just waiting on the last piece of those parts to come in, and we're going to drop it 2 inches because even though it's a Corvette, it sits kind of high, right?
Yeah.
And I like, now that me saying that, maybe you haven't noticed it, but like, go look at them. They sit up like, you know, that high. And I see the older ones like C7s and 6s that are like this, and I'm like, I want that. So, and after that, I'm pretty much done. I don't want to do anything to the car that I can't return to original. So if anything requires me cutting, you know, some wires ran, tucked away, I don't mind stuff like that. But anything that requires me cutting or anything like that, I'm not doing it, right? So
yeah. So with your C8 and everything that you described, pretty much has been visual outside of the exhaust. Would you call yourself at this point, at least, would you call yourself more of a show guy versus a go guy? Because I've been getting into racing over the last year, internal combustible engine cars, and I've been racing my Tesla as well. Are you a show guy or a go guy?
I mean, if I had to lump myself into one of those categories, because I'm not in it enough to be neither, but I'm gonna say a show guy. I do like the car. It does go fast. It's faster than a lot of the cars. But I like for it to go faster, just in case I wanted to be one of those go guys. You know, I got the muscle for it, right? But I mean, it holds its weight now. So, you know, I just like to enjoy the car, and I like to go to the shows and for it to look good. And when it's time for me to keep up with the guys that might have fast cars, then I can hang with them. It ain't no problem, right? So definitely a show, man.
Yeah, for sure, man. And for a lot of years, I was that guy, man. You know, first thing I wanted to get, I don't care how old the car was, we want to throw some wheels on it. Man, back in the day, bro, it could be the raggedest box Chevy in the world, but you was sitting on something.
Right. I mean, I remember like when 20s came out, and those were like the biggest damn rims, and it's like now 20s come on Camrys. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop. It's crazy.
Bro, I told somebody a couple months ago on this show, I was talking about back in the 90s, I had a Mitsubishi Eclipse, and at the time I put 18s on it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That was the biggest wheel, and there was only one shop I could find to do an alignment because all the machines could only fit like up to 16-inch wheels. Right. So we've come a long ways from the 90s.
Definitely.
20s was on trucks. Listen to the hip hop culture and all the songs. They talk about sitting on 20s.
Right. Yeah.
On the trucks.
On the trucks. You know.
On the trucks.
I mean, remember T.I. made 24s. Like, that was the popping shit back then. You know, man, now CJ on 32s will throw 32s on anything, right?
Like on any car.
On any car, right? It's just crazy.
It's absolutely crazy, man. For one, engineering, the fact that people are even making wheels that are 32s and 34s and 36s, and the fact that someone has the mindset to take a risk and cut into their cars, man, and put these things on the road, because it's not exactly the safest thing in the world, man, driving a car.
No, I'll imagine not. I mean, them things are huge, man. I've had some pull up beside my pickup truck, and I'm like, dude, you sitting as high as me. I'm in a pickup truck. Like, they can't be safe.
Yeah. But look, so with the C8, man, what would you say is your favorite part of the C8, man? Is it the drive? Is it, you know, that moment when you walk into the house and you look back on them? And what exactly about the C8 allured you, brought you to making that purchase?
The thing that brought me to make the purchase was just the design of the car, and that it was mid-engine. You know, for something to be that nice, for it to be American-made sports car, classic, right? And to have the mid-engine in that design, and for it to be obtainable without me having to spend $250,000, right, for an excellent car. That's what got me to buy it. Like, when I saw it, I was like, holy shit, I want that. Like, look at it. All the stats were impressive on it. So I thought that was great. Now, as far as me owning the car and my favorite things with that, I'm gonna have to say just me starting it with that exhaust. That's probably my favorite, and just driving it. Right. It is like I said, I got like 13,000 miles in 11 months. So I love to drive it. It drives really good. It's very responsive. It looks good driving it. So yeah, those are my favorite things. Just to drive in the car, to feel that power come from behind you and to hear it behind your head instead of up here, and just how the car grabs the road with it being the mid engine. Like, I can go around corners and you can feel the difference instead of driving something that has a lot of horsepower up front, right? Just how it sticks to the road. Like, it is a blast to drive. And so, yeah, driving it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, no, that I can imagine, man. I had an opportunity at the end of last month. We do a lot of traveling, man, to go on different race events. So I was at a race event working with Demonology 68, doing some videography work. And
Okay.
a friend of ours has a C8. He has a channel called Wide Body Nation. I'll send it to you.
All
And
right.
he's modified different things on his car. And he let us. He had two cars in town, so he needed somebody to drive the C8 from the
Nice.
hotel. There's no shortage of volunteers when somebody says, "Hey, can
Right.
somebody?"
Yeah, it's like now you're fighting the who's gonna drive it, right?
Yeah. So what was crazy, man? Me and my little brother, the Rally Rails, we both drove it there. So it was a little distance to get to the track. So I drove. We had to stop at Walmart. So I said, "Well, look, I'll drive it to Walmart and get
Right.
my footage, and then when we get to Walmart, you drive from Walmart to the track." So we both
Right.
got the experience. And then when the event was over, I drove it back from the track back to the hotel. So it was a lot
So
of
what were
fun.
your thoughts of driving it for the first time? How did you like that?
I will say it was an adjustment. I came out of a BMW i8 as far as sports cars go,
Okay.
and I really like the visibility because I had a Camaro, and the
Okay.
Camaro's hood is long, so
Long, right, right.
the visibility is short. But that C8, I felt like I could see everything. Now it's
Right.
wide. So I had to get used to it. I'm like, where's my blind spot? Because for one, this is not my car. You drive other people's
Right.
cars different.
And it
So
has the worst blind spots of any car I've ever driven.
there
I
you
will
go.
say that, you know. Did the one you drive, was it a 1LT, 2LT, or 3? Or
It was a one. It was a 1LT. It was a 1LT.
so, man, I feel your pain because like the 1LT doesn't have like the blind spots on the mirror. It doesn't have, like, mine has the camera for the rear view, and like that helps because that little window, man, like it's nothing to look like. That's what it's like looking through.
Yeah, no.
It's
That window
nothing,
is
man.
just that window is for looks.
Right, yeah, that's it. Like, you ain't seeing nothing out of there.
Nah,
Um,
nah, nah.
but I'm glad you enjoy driving it, man. I love driving it. Um, I remember when I first sat in it, I went to I had to, because I got a family, I got a wife. So this is one thing I had to get my wife to like sign off on. Like, yeah, you can go spend this money on this car, right? And
Yeah,
so we went to Hendrick Chevrolet in Cary. We went to their thing, where they had like the tour when the car was just announced. And
yeah,
we both sat in it. And when I first sat in it, I'm not gonna lie, I was like, damn, this is intimidating. Like, I already put some money on it. I ain't even, this is the first time I said I already spent money. And but she sat in it, and she was like, yo, this shit is nice. After you finish paying for yours, I want one. So, damn. So I'm like
mm,
happy. Like, yeah, I got the okay, but like now I gotta get to you know what I'm saying? Um, but yeah, like, so we enjoyed it, and it was just one of those things, man. Like, me and my wife as a family, we had like, been through it, man. And like, so this was something that, we could celebrate our growth, as a
yeah.
family and financially and stuff. Like, I'm not rich by any means, but, we were able to do this and it was great for us. You know what I mean?
Man, that's good to hear, man. And you kind of walk me right into where I was going to go next, man. On our show, man, me and Carson Rail, we often describe or share different things that we've been through in life, man, and we like people
Right.
to know that you can go through stuff, whether it's your childhood, whether it's financial, mental, or whatever, or even as a young couple struggling financially, and you're able to rise out of those situations, man. What would be some tips that you would tell a young couple that's starting out and the money's funny, but they want to get to where you guys are and able to pick up a nice car like the C8?
Well, the first thing I would say is like, just know that any relationship, whether you're married or your boyfriend and girlfriend, like it's work, right? The next thing is it's a marathon. Like it's easy to see with culture, like social media, music, people have all this stuff. But, you know, I would say don't go for the instant gratification. Know that it's a marathon. Like, I'll give you a little bit of my story just to like run it down while I say it's a marathon, right?
Yeah.
So in like 2021, okay, I got a wife and 2 kids. My sons are 5 and 7. All right. In 2016, you know, I was working a job. And the job, it really didn't pay shit, okay? We just had our second child, and while my wife was at home recovering, you know, I took a week off. I come back a week from work, and this job has lost 2 contracts, but hired 2 additional people. So now it's less money for everybody to go around. Then I got daycare for 2 kids, right?
Yep.
So my income went down, and my daycare went up. So my income went down about $1,300 a month, and my daycare went up about the same. So now a month I'm losing almost 3 G's, right? That shit sucked, right?
Yeah.
So we thugged it out as much as we could, and it got to a point where I had to move my entire family into my mother's house. And I'm a grown man with a wife and 2 kids, and my parents raised me, you know, to head the family. So, you know, it's very humbling. But from that, you know, we stayed there for a few months. We stacked our money and we moved out, and we were homeowners. Both of us got better employment, right? As soon as I got one better job, I went and got another better job. Like, not another better job, another job. And we started stacking money, paying off debt that we had incurred from just going through not having a lot of income, having a lot of, you know, bills, right? 2 kids in daycare, stuff like that. And then it got to the point where we were doing good, and I was like, well, you know what? Now I'm comfortable. I don't want to stay comfortable, because when you're comfortable, you don't grow, right? So we grew a lot from that last bit of uncomfort. And so then I went and got like my real estate license. I started doing that. I love that. And so then we got to a point where we're doing real good, and we can like afford to buy a C8. So we did what we needed to do. So it was easy. A lot of people like, damn, how you afford that? I'm like, listen, I had 2 kids in daycare, man. These payments ain't touching 2 kids in daycare, yo. You know what I mean? But so like within a period of less than 5 years, we went from living with a family member to, you know, we got a home. I got a C8. We just bought her a brand new Camry because she loves Camrys, decked out. I got a pickup truck. As before, we had like 1 car that was barely making it, right? So It's a marathon. The other thing with couples, discuss money and discuss money regularly, right? One thing that we do, and this might not work for everybody, but I don't mind saying it because it works for us, is because we're one unit, we're one family, our money is one. When we got an account, we put this money here, boom, right? We have our money we go shit off with, do whatever. Everything else is bills. What's left over, it go back to the family, and that allows us to afford to do things that we want to do and buy things that we want to buy, and, you know, keep our family straight. We invest money. So it's definitely a marathon. You know, you got to keep at it. None of this is not that you're going to win the lotto tonight. None of this shit is instant. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that would be my advice, you know. And don't let money ruin a relationship. If you ain't got it, you ain't got it. But if you guys are in it together and you got a plan and you communicate and you put your, you know, You do more with two than one. You know, everybody can't have everything if somebody ain't got half. But if all y'all together, both y'all got half. You know what I mean? So.
Nah, that's solid, man. And if y'all wasn't listening right there, I'm gonna give you the cliff notes, man, of the notes that I took, man. Basically, marriage is work. It's a
Yes.
marathon.
Yes.
Hey, y'all gotta be on the same page. Y'all need to stack.
Definitely.
You need to pay off your debt, and you guys have to always communicate and discuss money as a couple. And at the same time, don't let money ruin your
Right.
relationship, because it's okay not to have certain things, and don't worry about what
Definitely.
nobody else doing. That's what I got from it, Chris.
Yes, definitely, and especially on that last part too. Like, don't let other people's accomplishment deter you. Like, you know, it's easy to get on Instagram and see somebody buying a Lamborghini and throwing a $30,000 exhaust, and you like, damn, I ain't got that. So what? You get what you get. You know what I mean? Your work, if you're meant to have that in your work ethic and your career path makes that for you and you make that for yourself, then you have it. But it's real easy to see other people shining, so you think they shine, and sometimes they're not, and let that discourage you. So I always kind of warn, like, I'm a realtor, man, and I'm hardly on social media. You know what I'm saying? And I could bank off of it. I do get, you know, clients and stuff off of it, but that is one of the reasons I'm not heavily on it, because it can be poisonous. And I would say, you know, stay away from stuff like that, man. Like, don't believe the hype, you know, because we both know it all ain't real. You know what I
Oh
mean?
man, that'll be a whole nother show if we start talking about what's real and what's not real, and we put up a picture. Is this real or is it fake?
Right. Like what?
Yeah, that's a whole nother subject, man. But it's encouraging, man, at least for me, and I'm sure for others, to hear that, you know, you didn't just wake up with this C8 in the driveway, man. And
Oh, hell no.
you went through the struggles, man. And for you,
Yeah.
a grown man, to say, hey man, I moved my family back into the family home.
Right.
That's a big, what we
That's
like to call
humbling, man. That's
humbling.
humbling. Like,
That's what
yeah.
I'm looking for. Yeah.
I mean, and I'm just blessed that I could do that, because, and I mean, you know, I've been down worse than that before, when I was younger running around. But the thing was, it's like, when I had that family, it's like, yo, you created this family. You are all the way responsible for all of them. So, you know, it's work, man, and it's humbling, but just like, I didn't wake up and just go buy one. I planned it. Like, as soon as I could put money on it, I put money on it, man. Like, I didn't care, like, what I did to, you know, like, I'll tell you this too, man. Like, just to give you some how humble I am. Like, so I'm a realtor, right? But when I started real estate, I had a job. I kept that job for a good while until I was ready, right? When I was waiting on my C8, I delivered pizzas, dude. Domino's paid for my rims. You know what I'm saying? I
Yeah,
sold a
yeah.
house. The house paid for my exhaust. My regular job paid for my first 6 months of payments. Like, it's a marathon. Like, don't see people shining and think stuff is beneath you, like, to get where you need to go. Like, I didn't care. Like, people like would give me looks like, oh, you just like some bum dude, you delivering my piece. And I'm sitting there like, yo, I just drove through your neighborhood last night and you was waving in my C8. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
like, I didn't care when I was doing that stuff, because, like, when I did that, I was securing, like, money for my stuff and my family. So I didn't care. Like, so don't let stuff be beneath you. Be humble. Get the bread.
Man, that is absolutely encouraging to hear, man. When you have someone like yourself just telling people, man, look, I was delivering pieces, because some people look
Yeah,
down on certain type of jobs, man. Last time I checked, man, it was honorable for a man or a woman to go out and get a job and work. It didn't say it has to be a suit and tie job. When you on your grind and you working, man, it don't matter whether you digging ditches, whether you
yeah,
picking up trash, you grinding, you working, man. And I appreciate
right,
you sharing that, and you kind of opening up and just giving us a little bit of behind the scenes, man. We definitely appreciate
right.
that.
Yeah, and I would say is like, you know, because I know y'all got the money and the motivation. Another thing I would say to people is, and it's easier to, even for me to say this, right, than to actually do it. But, like, get out of your comfort zone, right? Because, like, this one thing, like, when I bought this car, like, man, I knew this was gonna be some bread, right? This is the
Yeah.
most, other than my house, this is the most expensive thing that I bought. And it made me so uncomfortable, right? So, and I mean, like, damn, because I got to pay for this, right? And so it pushed me to like grind harder on my real estate. That's why I was still like delivering pizzas when I first got it. I don't do it anymore because like I was uncomfortable as hell, and I was just, you know, trying to secure the bag, right? So I did that. I got new, and it made me go out there and press harder with real estate because real estate is like any business that you're a business owner. If I don't sell a house, I don't eat, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, nah, I got to feed my family and put gas and pay the note on this. So it definitely pushed me to get out there. And since then, I've had some like really good transactions go down on real
Yeah.
estate. So it's been
No,
great.
that's good to hear, man. But I definitely appreciate you sharing that, man, because so many people today, you know, with the age right now of watching social media, man, everybody's winning on social media, man,
After
and
that,
that
though,
well, that's what it looks like, man. I mean,
it does.
everybody's winning, and I try my best to do throwback stuff on my page, and when I go live, talk about the struggles that I've been through, you know, growing up in Durham and different things, man. And even as a single man in the military making terrible financial choices, um, what's something that you would tell your 20-year-old self right now? What piece of advice would you give the 20-year-old Chris right now?
Listen to the old heads. God, that's it. Like, just listen. Like, everybody on here that's gonna see this, you, me, like 99.9% of all the mistakes we made, some old head told us, like, hey man, what is you doing? Don't do that. Like, no, right? And what you like, yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. No, he done did it, recovered from it, or not, and you know what I'm saying, and can recognize it, right, and try and put you up on game. Um, just that, you know what I'm saying? Because that, Jesus, man, it's like that's almost like if what I would have knew back then. I don't think I would, but looking back though, to be honest, I mean that might be one thing I say, but I also look at life like this, man. I might have not told my older self nothing because every moment that we had in life prior to this moment has led up to this moment. So I
Mm,
might just not tell myself nothing because like I love my life now. You know what I mean? I might just let
yeah.
them ride.
Yeah, no, I like that too because obviously, you know, we can't hop in a time machine and go back
Right.
and do that. And a lot of times, you know, people beat themselves up for the past and things that they've done. And I always try to tell people, no, every single experience, positive and negative, molded you to the person that you are now. And
Definitely.
especially, in my opinion, at least for my life, the most negative things in my life, near-death experiences, financial ruin, those really molded me because those are things that I think on right now when I think about maybe not giving my best effort or man, I want to quit doing something that I feel like
Right.
is not working. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What are those things that push you to keep you going to the next level, man? When you feel like maybe, dang, we didn't sell a house today. What are those things that you think back on that keep you going?
I just think it goes back to my kids, man. Like, I want to show my kids, you know, my dad gave me a very strong work ethic and, you know, how to appreciate the value of a dollar, right? And, you know, my dad was like super hard working, to the point like, you know, sometimes we didn't see him a lot because he just worked all the time. And, you know, as a man, I respect that, but it keeps me going because I want to get to a place where you know, my kids see that I work hard. Especially I got two boys, right? I want my sons to see that I work hard and pick up that work ethic, but I also want them to see me get to a place where I don't have to work as hard because of the choices that I've made to set things up where, you know, things that I've invested in, businesses, just regular investments, work for themselves. You know what I mean? I want them to know what hard work is, but I also want to teach them what I know. And, you know, I'm coming into stuff that I picked up, you know, and also stuff that I learned from my parents and stuff that I learned from experiences. So that's what keeps me going, you know, is just them. You know, I want to be a millionaire, but you know, and I'm gonna be a millionaire. But in the likely case that I'm not, my sons will. And I want that generational wealth, man. Like that's one thing. Like I got into real estate. Like before I bought my house, I thought it was like so hard to buy a house. You had to have thousands of dollars, and well, maybe now you got to have a little bread because the real estate market is wild. But it wasn't. It's not as hard as people who are not homeowners, right? Think it is to purchase a property, and that's really how you start generational wealth. You know, I want to leave my kids set up. I want them to have properties and be able to get my investments when I go. And so that's it, just setting it up for them. You know, and that's one of the reasons why I got into that game, because once I got it, I was like, yo, this is great. I'm never selling this house. I'm gonna buy another house in a couple years. I'm never selling this one. It's already worth 100,000 more than when I bought it 4 years ago. Like, how can you turn down an investment like that? How can you not set your kids up like that? When I go, they got this house to do whatever, sell it, rent a property. You know?
Yeah, no, that's tough, man. And it's funny, bro. Like, based on things you're saying right now, I feel like, man, you know, you tapped me and Kasha Real cell phone line, man. Because these are the conversations we have on the back line, generational wealth.
Right.
His best friend is a real estate guy, man. So we always talk about real estate. And, you know, we're both homeowners, man. And we talk about property value and what are some of the things that we can do to, you know, go to the next level. And literally last night, we was talking about, you know, money and stuff. And I was like, man, it's this house that I want to get. That's in this. So we're in a gated community, right? But there's another gated section inside the gated. We call it the gated.
That's crazy.
Right. So I'm like, man, I said, man, I want to be in the gated one day.
Gated, right.
And then he was like, yo, you can rent your house out. I was like, man, I said, I'm going to keep my house. I said, I ain't rent my house out. Man, I'm going to have my bread so long. I'm going to have this house and that house. I'm going to have this house for my daughter when she old enough to move into.
Right.
You know? But those are the conversations that we have, man. And you're sitting here literally saying the same things that we say, man. And I don't think we as men, we as let's just say the car community, a lot of times, man, we go to car shows and stuff, man, we see all these cars and we take pictures and we go home. Do you ever have opportunities at car shows and thing, or even at the gas station when you pull up and it started out as a car convo, but it turns into anything more? You ever had those type of conversations based on the car?
I have. Like some of them are turned to clients, and some of them are just some cool people, and some of them they don't. But I have, and those are good ones, man. When you get to meet people that's a little more than that, and you make some friends. I kind of keep a small circle, so I converted a few of those into clients, and then I got a few people I consider friends from that. But it does happen. I'm a little bit of an introvert, so even though I go to the car shows and I'm in a business where like I'm selling, right, I'm still a bit introvert. So it could happen more. That's something I need to work on, but it does happen, and I do enjoy that. Yes.
Yeah, because no, I'm glad you said that, man. I appreciate you sharing that, because when I say we, myself and Carl Shorrell, we purposely use the different tools that we have to stimulate conversations. And when I had my I8, I mean, every single time I would go to a gas station or whatever, and the doors come up, you know, somebody would come over and want to talk. And I would purposely, based on who the person is, try to leave them with something that could help them. I don't care if it was just a smile, or I have a nice day. You never know what folks are going through, mental health and stuff like that, man. Sometimes when you just be like, hey, man, have a good day, man. Ain't nobody told them in a year to have a good day. A stranger hasn't done anything kind to them in a year, man. So I'm glad you just said, you was like, man, I need to do more of that, because as we get older, man, we're the leaders of our communities, man. We're the ones out here we the OGs now. You know what I'm saying? Look, you said you done crossed over.
Crazy, right?
You're in the 40 club, right?
I am, man. I am. That's crazy that just like we the old heads now.
bro, when you gave that example earlier, like, man, hey, y'all need to listen to the old heads. I'm like, shoot, that's me now.
That's you now, right?
Yeah,
Right.
and I take pride in it, man, because now I'm not embarrassed about my mistakes. I'm not embarrassed about growing up poor. Those are badges of honor now, my mistakes and the way that I grew up, the city I grew up in. Now I'm proud to say, look where I came from. Like you, man,
Exactly.
you from the Bull City, man. You know what the crime rate is, man.
Man, let me tell you, like, so me, man, like, man, I've been out there, dude. You know, like, it got to a point, and I didn't start getting in trouble until I was in my 20s, right? So here I am, late 20s, going into my 30s, and it's like tough to get a job because, dude, you got fresh charges from a few years ago.
Yeah.
Like, and my parents, they did the best that they could when I started doing that little street shit, but they weren't from there. They not from, you know, they were like from like Silas City, Chatham County, and like Alamance County.
Yeah.
Like like Durham is a different beast, right?
Yeah,
and they didn't go through stuff like that. I don't regret any of the stuff I made. I look at them like, it's only a mistake if you do it twice, right? If you do it twice, so I have made a few mistakes on that note, right? But if you do it once and you learn from it, it's a learning opportunity, right?
Yeah.
But regardless, like the stuff I've been through, like, so now that I have sons, when I see them go to that, I can talk to them from a place of experience of like, listen, yeah, you can do that and it's gonna suck and you can come out on top from it. But why come out on top from it when you have an opportunity to learn from the old head that's already done it? Like I said, my parents did good. I didn't listen. It wasn't nothing on them raising me. So hopefully I can be a little more effective and get my sons to listen. But yeah, I mean, definitely.
Yeah, and experience is the best teacher, man. But we all have different learning styles, man. And I just pray that my daughters, you know, they're 8 and 2 right now. I pray that
they might have to do some arranged marriages, man. You know.
Hey, look, hey, I'm with that, man.
Look,
hey, you
5 and 7, 8 and 2. That's about right.
Hey, you keep doing what you're doing with your boys, right. And we'll talk.
Yeah, because I play no games with them.
Hey, look. That's how you keep all the money in the family, man. You know what I'm saying? We
there you go.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I know. Hey, they got a good dad, mom and dad. Hey, them girls over there, they got great parents, man. Hey, we have some little barbecue, some little cookouts, and you know, we just see. You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm with that, man. But everybody that's watching, man, y'all watching Car Talk TV, man, with your main man, E Vapors, and we're live right now with Chris. He goes by the Instagram handle. Appreciate it. In case y'all don't know what that is, that's a little play on C8. How did you come up with that? Appreciate it, man.
So I was thinking of like names to like name the car, right? And we had some. I ain't even get into some of the names because they was wild. And then you know, because it's a white car, so we was coming up with shit like patty mayonnaise, peppermint patty, you know, shit like that. And then I was like, well, you know, if people say it's a nice car, I don't really say thank you. I'll be like, appreciate it. You know, so at first I was going to get appreciated, but then I was like, but I don't say appreciate it. I just say appreciate it. And then I put the C8 in it. So it was like, appreciate it. And that's how we came up with it. I threw it on the plate and everything. I used to think like personal plates was like for rich people. It just was like $30. You know what I'm saying? I was like, who knew? You know?
Man, look, I used to think that too, man. I'm like, like I'm not. What are you talking about?
Like, damn, the DMV already high right now. It's like $30. I mean, you know, if you ain't got $30, it's $30 is a lot. But I mean, it's $30, man. You know.
Nah, that's crazy, man. The way your mentality changes, man. From when you're younger, thinking about little stuff like that. Now,
right?
I think like this. I'm like, what? Like, I had a I8. I sold my I8 in January, so I've been working on a sports car pretty much since then. And I'm already thinking like, well, what do I want to sell on the license tag?
Right. I don't know.
You know, I'm like, oh, what about this? Oh, what about that? And in case y'all don't know, most states, I know North Carolina DMV, you can go to North Carolina DMV website and you can type it in.
Yeah. You can do it on your phone and see, and if it's good, you can do it on your phone now. Oh, okay. You can do it on your phone. Yes, you can do it on your phone. And if it's like not accepted, it'll like it'll either kick it out or it'll say go to the DMV. Like if you put some crazy, like you put some profane language, it might be like no, bro. But yeah, you can do it on your phone now, man.
Oh no, that's crazy, man. I'm gonna have to do that, man. Because sometimes I'll be in the car and I'll be thinking like, oh, and I'll be like, man, what if somebody already got that? I'm gonna be mad if I get to a DMV and somebody already got it. So I need to have my little list of
Right.
names and go ahead and put it in the DMV app
Yeah.
or whatever,
And go
man.
ahead and buy it, man. Go ahead and swipe for $30, man. Let's go ahead. Like you be like, damn, I can pay for it now. Shit.
Oh heck yeah, man. So and I've always had a sports car, man. Going back to the mid '90s. So this is the
Right.
longest stretch from January to now that I've been without a sports car.
car.
Now I do get a sports feel in my Tesla because it's a fast
Right.
car. I got the performance edition of the Model Y, but
Nice.
you know it's not a sports car when I turn my head and look at it. So
Right.
I'm
Right.
excited, man. I'm excited about, you know, getting my sports car, but it kind of goes to something you were saying earlier when you were talking about you and your lady, man, being able to, you know, it's a marathon. It don't happen overnight. It's paying off debt, stacking up, and literally, man, I was sitting here like, man, that's what I've been doing, man, since January, man. I've been handling my business. I've been driving my Corolla. The wife drives a Tesla. I'm gonna share a quick story with you and with everybody that's listening, man. So we had a 2020 Lexus GX 460 paid for.
Nice.
We had like 6 months of payments. Joint was paid for, right? So a couple weeks ago, I was gonna sell my Tesla. I'm like, man, I'm just gonna sell my Tesla and not have no payment and stack big time stack.
Right.
My wife was like, nah, let's keep the Tesla. And she said, I don't even drive the truck. So we sold the truck. And I shared with some people. I said, man, sold the truck, $54K, immediately made a $54,750 Tesla car note payment, and the Tesla was instantly paid for.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And that's really now allowing us to really be in a great position to buy the Corvette. Now, some people, when they feel like they have a reputation or image, they would have kept the Lexus truck. They would have kept the BMW i8 because, you know, I have to be seen in these type of cars, man. Have you ever had a time frame in your life, man, where you felt like you had to have certain clothes, certain cars, or whatnot? And if you did, how were you able to kind of press through that?
I really, to be honest, I really didn't. I think the only thing that I might have had to have like that for a little while was like maybe a couple cell phones, man. I've never really been into like, the only time I get into fashion, right, is like when it's time for me to go somewhere and I ain't got shit to wear, right? Other than that, I've never really been into it. The things before I got this, the things I used to like to spend my money on was like video games and tattoos. Now tattoos, man, God, I'd probably spend like $18,000 on tattoos, crazy amount.
That's wow.
Yeah. I'm like 50% covered. Like they're everywhere, man. Like, but that's what I was into. Now I was a little snobbish on that because I started seeking out artists that were on TV and in magazines and not people that do tattoo parties. You know.
It's levels to it, right?
It's levels, right. Levels, but other than that, I haven't really been like that. It's just not. I don't know. I mean, when I got grown, I started buying Jordans because I could afford them. But I don't have I got some busted ass Nikes on right now. I really don't care, you know. So I will say that's like one positive thing about me. I never had to buy stuff like that. Now, when it is something that I do enjoy, I don't like spending money, but when I spend it, right? Like so, I don't like buying tattoos. When I buy them, I didn't like spending all that money for PlayStations and shit. But when I bought all of it. I don't even play that thing no more. I'm too busy, man. You know, but so I haven't never been like I have to have it. I've never been a keep up with the Joneses type of person, you know. I think that's good, you know.
No, I think that is good because again, when we were talking earlier, man, about the influence of social media, and that's what social media is there for, to either give influence or to receive influence. And that's a lot of positive things too, because if you have a business, you can influence people to hey, I'm a realtor, you know, I'm a realtor, and you should buy a home from me, or hey, you know, I sell product XYZ, and I love the internet for that. And on the same token, you'll have people that's watching the internet feeling like, man, look at that couple right there, man. They look so happy, man. They in Cancun. And I don't know if you ever seen this picture. It's like a picture. It's a picture cut in half. It's a picture of a bride and groom, and they smiling. And the bottom part of the picture is showing the dude like grabbing the wife's hand, like real hard.
Right.
So the picture
I haven't seen that.
You never seen that?
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. So the message that it's saying is, you on the surface you see them smiling in the tuxedo and in the bridal gown, but behind the scenes they're miserable. They're fighting. They're not on one accord.
Right.
So
I see a lot of that going on the net, and that's why I try not to like. Sorry, I'm getting something out the car. I try not to like. Yeah. And that's what, like, kind of what I was saying earlier, like, because there's stuff like that out there, like, it's some real stuff, and, you know, it's some stuff that goes on like that, and that's why, you know, you can't let what you see on the net, you know, influence you, or let other people's blessings discourage you, because it might not even be a blessing, really. You don't really know what they got going on. It just might be for show. So I think, like I even remember I had one point, just on the money side, you know, there was one point in my life where I started doing better, and, you know, you would see people, what they're doing with their money, and you'd be like, damn, man, I think that's stupid. Why would you do that? You know what I mean? And it just doesn't line up with your beliefs. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, we from the board. How many times you've been through the East and you see like the nicest car in like at the trap house, but it ain't like the trap house, like it's only the trap house, like, you know, they live there, right? And you think like that shit's crazy. But yeah, my thing with that is like, if that's what makes you happy, right, and you earned your money, I might not agree with it, but guess what? It's not my money. I didn't earn it. You did. Do what makes you happy. And that's what people just got to remember. Like, do what make you happy. Don't worry about what other people got. If that's what you want and you work hard for it, then get it. Right?
Yeah, and it's like that in the car. I'm sorry. It's like that in the car culture too, man, where you have people that because everybody's buying a certain brand of car, you know, everybody run out and do that. And then when you don't have that particular type of car, you ain't even going to the car show because you don't feel confident and comfortable with the car that you have. So I like the fact that you said that, man, because everybody should do the things that make them happy, man. If you a Dodge guy, go get your Mopar. If you're a Chevy guy, go get that, you know?
Right. Definitely. I had a friend like that. He has a really nice 5.7, and he wouldn't take it to the car shows for nothing, dude. Because he was like, he doesn't have. I'm like, bruh, like, your shit is dope, man. And once I finally got him to go, because like he did like because he had a 5.7, he did like a lot of like performance work on it, and it is amazing now. Like he's put a couple extra 100 horsepower on it, and so like now when he goes. And people like notice like that don't sound like a 5.7. What the hell you got going on, right? And they come up and talk to him, and so he gets that like that little bit of gratification, like, hey, you know, my stuff is nice. And I'm like, dude, I've been telling you this shit like the whole time, man. It's dope. So yeah, if it makes you happy, then do it. You know.
Yeah. And what's crazy, man? Earlier you were talking about you know, the modifications you did to your C8, and I was sitting there, and I literally almost jumped out of my chair when you said. You wanted some gold wheels on it because, man, I was looking at some gold Rucci forged wheels, right? And like that's something that I would do. So I'm like, are we some kids? Are we related? Like
it's that Durham shit, man.
It must be the Bull City then.
It's that bull. It's in the water, bro. The wife shot that down so hard though, man. And so now when I get props on the red, right, she like, I told you. And I'm like, all right, yeah, you got it.
Props.
You know what I'm saying?
If you had put gold wheels on that, you would get props on the red, and you get props on the gold too.
Props on the gold, I know. So you know what? Like, I'm a put some. I want to put like some bronze or gold rims on her car because she got this pearl Camry right here.
Oh, that'd be nice. That'll set off nice, man.
I know, but she hate the color, and I know when I put them shits on there, right? Like she gonna like it because it's gonna set it off, and I kind of want to do it like sneak and do it. But man, that's a risk because rims is expensive. You know, everything's went up.
All the
I hate to go get them shits powder coated.
Look, don't.
Everything
has gone up, man, and I definitely appreciate you you know, coming on the show tonight. I want to remind everybody, man, I just pinned Chris's Instagram handle. Appreciate it. Right down here at the bottom, man. Make sure y'all give him a follow, man. You know, check out the different pictures he got on there of his C8, man. And if you're in the Raleigh-Durham area, man, he told y'all he moving houses, man. How's the housing market right now?
It's crazy, man. You know, it's definitely still a seller's market. So it's like the Wild West. Like, to get a listing, it's the Wild West, and to get in a house it is. But you know, if you're ready, you give me a call and we'll get you in there. And I want to say this while we're on that, right? Like I said, that's one of the things I got into real estate because it seemed so hard, and it wasn't as hard as that I thought. So the thing that I run into being an agent is a lot of people think that they're actually not ready to, you know, purchase a home, when in fact they're more capable than they know. So this is one thing that I want to say, like, definitely stack your money up, right? But I want people to know this, all right? When I say it, it's gonna sound crazy that people have even considered this. A lot of people say, hey, I want to wait, right? Mm-hmm. So North Carolina and the National Realtor Association, right, saying that they expect housing prices in North Carolina to go up 16% 2022. Okay, so the people that want to wait, just let me bust this down for you. The medium sale of a house in the Raleigh-Durham area right now is $400,000. Okay, so you want to wait, it's $400,000 house you want. Most loans, 3.5% down. So that means on a $400,000 house, you're gonna put about $14,000 down, right?
Yeah.
You wait, that house is gonna go up 16%. Okay. So now let's just say 15 to make the math easy. Now that's a $460,000 house.
Yeah.
Now you got to pay $18,000 down. So by you waiting, you are spending more money to borrow more money, and that shit sound crazy. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what you're doing. You're spending more money to borrow more money because the values are going up, right? So something that's 400. Now it's 460. Instead of you paying 14, now you paying 18, 20,000 down. So look at your finances thoroughly. Give me a call, give some other people a call, and get that ball rolling. Because that's how you start generational wealth, man. That's like until like big tech came along with like the .coms and Tesla and shit like that. The number 1 and 2 wealth generator in America has always been real estate and stock. God ain't making no more land. He done. He's finished. Get your little piece of it. You know, leave it to your family. Start that off, man. So, you know, to anybody that's considering that, just keep that in mind. The longer you wait, the more money you spend to borrow more. And that's crazy. That shit's nuts.
Yeah, no, that's bananas, man. And look, you're leading us right to we're going to go ahead and close this thing out, man. And one thing that my partner, Kasha Real, does, man, you know, he asks these 5 random questions, man, but I'm only gonna ask you 2 of them. All right.
Okay.
All right. So we're gonna put you on the hot seat, man. Usually we pull the FBI report before we ask these questions, man. But we didn't get a chance to log into the FBI computer tonight, man. So that's right. We don't really know what to ask you other than these 2 questions. What's your number 1 spot for taking your lady out to dinner? What's that number 1 spot?
Anywhere that has a good steak. Right.
Yeah.
That's all. That's it. As long as they can cook a steak medium, it don't matter where. So anyway they serve steak.
Got you. Anyway they serve steak, we got you. Now,
a good steak. They can cook it medium. Now that's clutch. Okay, like Stony River Roof Chris type shit, right?
Oh, okay. Yeah. I thought you might have been an Angus Barn man. So, you know, you're from the Bull, man. I ain't an Angus
Barn. I haven't been there, but I don't like Angus beef like that. So I don't think I'm gonna go to the barn that sells that type of beef. I really don't care.
Man, Angus Barn been there for years, man. I still have yet to go to the Angus Barn, man.
Best steak I've ever eaten was at a place in Atlanta called Stony River, and now, well, they've had one for a few years. I haven't been able to get to it. They have one in Chapel Hill at University Mall, and they on the level. Yeah, they on Roof Chris level like that. Like, yeah. It ain't nothing that you and your lady 250. Like, damn, it's just right. All right, what's question number 2? What's number 2? That was easy.
That was easy. Now, I think this one is easy too, but it can be tough. How do you want your legacy to be remembered?
Man, that is a tough one, man. I would just say as a good caring person, man, because the people that are in my circle are my family, and as long as I can make sure they straight, and like when you with me, man, you with me, man. You know, it ain't no shoot the ones if you with me, right?
Yeah.
They jump, right? So just to my family and my friends that are my family, that I'm a good and caring person, and I left them good like that. You know?
Yeah, no, that's dope, man. So y'all heard it right here first, man. My man Chris, also known as Appreciate It. I got his
Appreciate it.
Appreciate It. Nice car, Appreciate It. Got his handle pinned right down here at the bottom, man. You heard Chris, man. He said how he wanted his legacy to be remembered, man. Just been and I think it's important for all of us to be remembered as just being good, kind,
Yeah,
and we took care of our families, man. So
that's it, man.
yeah.
All right,
So
brother. Well, hey, thank you guys for having me, man. And hit me up on the bat line, man. We from the Bull, man. We got to link up for real, for real.
oh, I already know, man.
Definitely,
I ain't even know
definitely.
we had all this stuff in common, man. So as soon as
Yeah.
I hang up here, I'm gonna shoot you my cell phone, bro. And
All right.
we'll talk, man, and we'll link up here real soon, man. Appreciate you, Chris.
All right. No problem, man.
Oh,
Thank
hey,
you.
no
What's
pun
up?
intended. I said appreciate you.
Good one. All right, man.
All right, we'll
Peace.
holler, man. Hey, it's your man, Manny Babers, man. This has been Car Talk TV, Car Show Real. We love you, man. We out. Salute.
Doses.